Just know, Drow says it's been 3 weeks. I wonder 3 weeks of what? 3 weeks of not having as much profit? 3 weeks of a thought about me? 3 weeks of being in the GC? And here we have Mr. Raid Goals, Lester Can't Read Never, saying, well, he has a point. 200 more gold battle leagues ago. Josawea sent an attachment. I am still drinking Coke. If the only reason he's in the GC is because I buy Coke, I don't want to be responsible myself if I can't afford Coke anymore. Okay, so Oprah mentioned John Lewis Tomens's following me on Instagram. I'll never forget that day he IG-storied walking down a garden aisle. That was nice. I wish I could call him, but he's only going to tell me to stop messaging him randomly. I had to really go back to times when technology wasn't invented yet. What would have humans done to pass the time? Of course they would have sex. Why the heck should it be ever in a negative light? To relieve someone is an accomplishment. It's not exactly cheap either. You have to pay for the P450 room, as well as the taxi ride home. That's almost $12. I cannot believe this America. Do you really want to know why I felt the need to be intimate with someone again? It's because your frickin' entertainment standards have managed to control people into being on all the time. I've already done 2 sex videos in my employment under USA. I really don't want to have to operate in that logic ever again. So please, let's just support people who at least speak the same language as you. God knows what people who speak English are doing for you guys. It's kind of sad, though, these GC friends, they talk about smashing and boning, but when the room is booked, absolutely nothing. No response. Why, then, why those choice of words? I'll never forget that night, and many nights similar to that, waking up and hallucinating a house spider hanging from my bed, and proving it's just a hallucination. It was scary. A huge, chunky spider above you. Something beyond you. Being called crazy for experiencing these things. These aren't even extremes. They're mild at most. And I get plastered with a "he'll go crazy" in the end label. It's not a nice feeling. I had a conversation with a guy from Nepal today. He's so cute. His name is Sunaj KC on Facebook. Uncircumcised penis. We talk about Everest and monks and his Adidas wear, and he asked for my Facebook. He kind of looks like that dude from Entourage. When Toddy dies, the first thing I'm going to do is dress and drag in the front porch. Meanwhile, it's also Optimum making love to Mayas. Are those your blood bros or friend bros? Dude, let me see. Wait, let me get not the softest first. Shows his hard cock. Wow. I will not stand for people who are going to tell me I shouldn't be on Ongle. I will not stand for it. People have paid dollars to see private parts. It's only right. I've seen old people in chatroulette long before I got into some real action. Humans need to see penises. This is my favorite ambience. When it's cold in the morning on a Sunday, majority of the people are asleep. Breakfast alone. I don't think I'll ever get to get rid of my brother opposing me when I cook in the kitchen. Even when his salary is 3 times mine, he still can't let it go. It's a great time for everyone, because now queens who like to watch is a job, and people can get paid for that. This almost feels like Manolinos vying for Provincianos when we visit. The whole Deacon Jess Manila thing. And they guard with the thought of flying back. And they do. And then they come back. At least it's not the time when I was Googling corrective behavioral therapy. Just a little patience as I read. A girl took one for the team. She had shards of glass in her volume. I read. She put a vase on her office desk. And she unfortunately would come out as bipolar. Sometimes I wish the coffee shop was right at the corner, but it's 500 meters away. There's truly a convenience store. But I can only buy so many face washes, lotions, and Cloud9s. What makes me poop are shoppy shirts and grab taxi bookings. Only Trixie hammered in how you two can say no. You can say no. You can say no to everyone while you're walking. You can reserve the yes when everyone's asleep. I don't want to be horny anymore. I just want a hug. You're saying that only because it's a Sunday, you know. It's funny looking back at it now. I can barely finish a children's book, but when I was a high schooler, I would read novels like crazy. And I wouldn't care if I zone out, but I remember these details so well. The Geneva Science Center, the Japanese wolves, the making love in dreams. If someone seems irritated or angry, they might be described as being salty. That's what appeared when I Googled what salty means. And it's pretty now. In a group, one moment or another, a guy pops up and would get angry at people who are lazy. But it also takes away the fun and freedom in groups. Chris went in my room, kissed me with tongue, and went back to his soundproof room. Almost finishing my Dark Tower journey. Ma'am, RC, probably, Dili na keo kablo ansa kong butin. Yusahe makunahunanalang keoji mag podakeo. It just subsided. I was in the kitchen cooking. It's sad that I heard those things because it was a one-floor apartment. I was so much more kind then, and Kuya was less talkative. Maybe because I was at the mercy of rent. I don't want anyone snatching up this house. It's been half a decade, and I'm just so relieved that I have a choice not to hear the neighbors, that there are no giant rats in the kitchen, or that my cousin has to suffer because of me. Song of Suzanne. Ano Mambagamo, from Duterte through Rosanna. I want to be surprised when I see Kuya cook for Nene and wash plates that aren't his. Because you can. You can buy the same bag designed in Kogon for a fraction of the price from the store price. You can buy shirts too, but they're not going to look as crisp. Yes, but don't you always compliment people when they look boho chic? Yes, but I can never pull off boho chic. This skin can only take me so far, so let me enjoy not fitting in these tiles, please. He does cook a decent pancit, though. Right. I mean, it's not palatable. There's that single guy line. What am I going to do with the money? I hate it. I hate every fiber of that line. It appeals to so many, even the fed-up person in me, the one who didn't used to have this responsibility. A mother would say, for my father's last name, and for the middle name I had to erase, because they live with me, and so many old women in the street don't have the luxury of being sustained by their kids. A father would say, for my last name. So it goes on, and the story continues. That would be nice if I didn't know who you are and randomly chatted me on Grindr. I mean, what if in my head you were a single Tito who has a boarding house, who messaged me first on Grindr? Lately, I've been smelling a lot of crayons. It's a new smell. Yesterday, it was barbecue. I think I would be laughing because I think you would just do it because I'm in the GC and I'm being talked about. Seriously, don't force yourself. I don't understand why you would do it. Give that 16 zircon ring to Lenny. So easily. Tita, Lenny can drive. She's been in my life since I was in elementary, and she goes inside the house every Wednesday. I've ate a chicken buffet in her house. Many times. She lives alone. She lives in a house she bought from my uncle, who still has his name in the electricity bill. Still, she doesn't even value it. I know, but I know she's going to make it in anything. She told me she was going to retire a librarian. Her mom has a construction supply shop under her house. That ring was from your 1.5-year boss from Ireland, who stayed with you even despite you not fantasizing him always. I know. Besides, it doesn't fit any of my fingers anymore. Okay, so the grandpa next door doesn't like Nicki Minaj and Lady Gaga. Very vulnerable. Weak to a Mariah song. Apparently, gays love zircon rings. They do look a lot like diamonds. He's ultra powerful in the first to second week of the month because his salary is in. It's worth an okay laptop. Not to his liking. But if he can feed off of instant noodles for an entire month, in just 2 months, he'll have a really good unit. I mean, he was jobless for 3 years. It's got to be possible. Also, it's not easy with my life. My backup is not even an Intel Core. Can you imagine if your laptop conks out, you could message him, hey, what if what you'll pay me on Friday is good for 2 months? So at least it'll be a decent laptop. Don't get paid for 2 months. It'll be worth it. She wants to be a YouTuber, which makes me furious. I mean in YouTube. They don't delete your videos like Facebook pages does. My epidemiology video is still there after 10 years. Wouldn't that be funny if Pam lives here, and I'll talk exclusively in Google Translate Chinese? She would laugh in her head, and then she'd go to a room and earn money. Toddy would never allow it. The only way your penis is going to get bigger is if you don't masturbate for a time. But it's funny. They really get furious if you don't masturbate. They make a ruckus. I might end up with no sperm if it gets to an extreme degree. And it's cool also that you can even just have masturbation videos. Like variations of the cum release. It's the cheese and onion crisp for me. Brits, eating cheese is so good. I didn't think it was even that good until Alex brought it up. Auctioning the rings? Are you insane? I'm still with him. She does have that morning breath. Doesn't she? Yep. What was in that bag that was valuable? His job. Which is what exactly? A person who refuses to be an island. Somewhere out there is a person with a big zircon rock from what Anthony described as a tacky ring. So many things lost from renting at a different place. I guess you are a gypsy then. I guess I am. Won't you buy more zircon rings? I guess. Those shrimps really did a number on my face. It's not like I didn't expect I would get a pimple. I guess it's one of those fushigi things. The male idiot theory. It's that men are idiots and would give up everything for a constant sex source. He's got a little point. I mean, these guys saying the guy better be smoking is just saying if I've said no to them, the other guy should be smoking and a sensible pick, like Chris. It's just so painful, going all that way be insulted. Of course you wouldn't fare to a mother. I don't think anyone can. It's absolutely insane, that situation. I'm having flashbacks again. Lying on a hospital bed. Red. Mark. Johnny. 8. Dadong. Anti-Ipang. T. Arcee. Tita. Lenny. T. A.M. T. Lot. Ani. Tate. Nurses. Doctors. Now I'm seeing Nicole TV on YouTube. I wish Queen J would look at this. Look at how dark she is. I can't believe you have to have a certain look to deserve a house. Your life can only be measured by how much you love someone. I wonder how many things I can be because of my age. Young men are more likely to take risks. Men are more likely to die when they're with friends in a car. The payoffs exist. Life insurance? Of course you won't be compelled. Look at your guy. It doesn't matter if he has 20 wives. Look at him. I'm so scared of eating. It'll make my body shut down and my breath smell. Women are more organized, and I trust women more. I trust women more with a global pandemic. Dowdy looks. I still hate it. These masks, going out rules, and face shields. I want to enjoy my time outdoors. I don't want to get a pimple. I don't even want to think about how many partners Mark can have. Seriously, that place is an absolute kissing booth for him. Where are you from? I'm from the UK? Are you really? Yeah, we don't talk like that. Every recent famous Filipino social media star has a fat sister now. That idiot guy, Brett Manrock. I have some memorable ones in my head that are cool. Pee-Pee, that Cop Perfect BA dude, the one with the gap teeth. The really skinny wig scary skit dude. That martial artist McDonald's crew. Ice Girl, the skinny no-breast girl, Ms. Everything and Mimi. I just realized this is the same guy in Christina Melodi's movie and not the number 4 guy. Why not right? Museums get away with entrance fees, dudes. Like, seriously, why not pay to try on certain kinds of rings? It's better than seeing a sad painting. Can you imagine if you have a class that's just row PH or Talon Roboss hunting or group hunts on Discord? Chiz is just so cute, dude. Like, seriously. If only he didn't post that many girlfriend pics. He is such a yogi. Please check his Spotify ship regularly. Seriously. There was a dead shark in the laboratory. I wonder where it is now. Holy shit, it's graphing. And here we have it. See, I wish I could show them these peeps. Comments like you'll never be at my level or nice home. If I come, I won't be able to get hard faster and speak to more international clients. I like Annie Arlene. I mean, my image of her hasn't been torn yet. I also like Annie PJ. I mean, she didn't murder me. Marry for money. LOL. Then he's incredibly dirty, filthy rich. That would be funny. But I'm with Chris, who is even filthier. Repeat ball. It's a good ending. He dies when his employee rereads his Google Drive content. I like how the Muslims kept it real by saying my stomach is enormous. I mean, I'm a preggy look. Which thankfully I am legitimately because I am HIV positive. Can you imagine your days when you weren't HIV positive, but you had a big stomach anyway? At least I don't have a contract that says I can't do ongle. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to learn Spanish so I can get a smile from these chicos. The fat guard. He kissed me while I was in drag. His tongue was bitter and sour. He put his dick in me. Cool, right? I can't do that, Jay. My dad would kick me out if I did it within the vicinity. This one's nice. It is a waiter. It the clown is a waiter. Think about it. Of course. Of course rich people would like to be doctors. Their dads and moms would be like, I need an operation. They see the bill and they think, well, that's how I afford the house. She's just the type of person who is, first of all, old and single for a long time. And she just sounds like she wouldn't hurt anyone to death, you know. Well, let's see if you can be a J.K. Rowling, Stephanie Meyer, Yale James, Murakami, Chuck Palahniuk, or at least a J.D. Salinger. He can visit Facebook profiles, but he's oblivious to anything about anyone at the moment. He can never be sure. He's always guessing. He can only assume. He doesn't have that element in him, calling, messaging when his partner isn't a fibble, the Illuminati, a Facebook gaming streamer from Pokemon Go Anonymous. It is a good hit. The reason why he's off his game, doing all that, because he's not into terms with an Audi loan, trained Busan guy. I'm disappointed. I thought for once a girl would be okay with a guy lessening a girl's money. Somewhere in the last place. I mean, seriously, can't we give entertainment some credit? Market guys screw like animals. You want to be my neighbor? I mean, some Americans have done it. Actually, it happened. I had an American neighbor in an apartment. He got together with a widow. One afternoon, it was quiet, and suddenly he burst. He said he was tricked by them. The auntie said, no, we're not tricking you. I think they moved to the higher mountains housing. If you're going to be my neighbor, you won't see me in any kind of positive light anymore. Why is that? Because all I do is spend your money. Before long, you'll be spewing Blake lines. Look at you. You're dressing like them, buying the same things as them. I really don't want to end up trashing your car, getting shot in the uterus. You know who I want to study. IPOC. He's in geriatric care. That's the ending of the dad in Trainwreck. He dies in the retirement home. It doesn't look like that in the present. 1, because my dad refuses to be bedridden. 2, he hasn't exhausted all his career options. 3, my mom can still learn tech stuff. 4, my brother has an online job. It's looking a lot more like the IT company than Golden Girls right now. Can you imagine if I chased Nash all the way to RF Online? That would be funny. You're already footing Row PH with Ram and Aaron. Anyway, and all the other cutie Row PH streamers. And Drew is a boat ride away into Lone Row. Get cleansed, ho. I smell diesel, you guys. It smells like frickin' gasoline right now. What would you like inscribed on your tombstone? Do you want to be remembered as a business dynamo, a talented athlete, a great parent, a generous friend? I don't think these are tombstone things. Don't they go like mother, father, lawyer, doctor, PhD, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, auntie, BA in English, civil servant, and C2 passer, grandfather, grandmother, author, employee, good friend can be. John once said, level 40 Pokemon trainer. He fucking died, dude. Look at what Francis Juarez played on Spotify. Fuck love. What if he's poor and homeless? LOL. It's just not possible, dude. Like, seriously. All these people, they're rooting for gay marriage. All the straights are like, make gay marriage possible, please. I'm just like, no, dude, stop marrying. Let's all be temps for Earth's sake. You know, I want a personal message on my Facebook saying, hey, can you stroke my penis for P____ before I start invading said house? Can't you do it for free? Nah, it would be a disservice to I don't know frequency, my parents, the room I have. I'm sorry, but the Ezekiel Caramel resemblance is there. Beyond the budgeting is a work-life balance person. Life is what happens when we are making other plans. Alan Saunders. Alan wasn't there yesterday in the Guild War. It was a little lit. Yeah, we finally brought up the I Feel Pretty voice of Slapper. We got a Raph sound like. We got a Brian voice leader. Giroux is being horny. Carla didn't speak. Slapper wanted to test out the trap command. And then he, I think, meant to remove the traps, fooling around trapping the Sword Guardian, me doing the English dialogue kidnapping thing. Nobody fucking moves or I'll shoot this motherfucker's head. I can't say that here in the Philippines. Everybody will laugh. Somehow I can't say in Tagalog or Bisaya. Idling on Buto Buto. Skillin'. That's good. Yeah, I see a lot of people jogging in the morning here in John Ritz and in the Rotunda. That's the T. Vice. Kasiekeo non tinatudikin. So much awareness. I remember very clearly Casa had a neon sign, singing cooks and waiters. We were on our way to eat. Tito Dan chose a crab restaurant. The sellers asked if he wanted girl crabs, boy crabs, or gay crabs. Ryan asked me what douche meant. This is bringing up some trauma of booking a van in the airport with the Palesticos. No mistakes, Bob Ross. What a joyful work category. If you could produce something, no mistakes. Your landlord's a Virgo. Is there a reason you haven't put furniture in here? We did a sip and paint. It looks like a tiny prison. That just makes me think of contraband. Cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, books, learning factory skills, prison food, lubricant, shared showers. Is this all his debt? He's not kidding with his meal planning. You need to make this the space where you feel so grateful that you start washing dishes in a living room. Your grandma's sweet potato pie. What am I eating? I'm eating Watcher Memories. What am I eating here? I'm eating a guy who's paying for the stocks of the guy I'm sleeping with. The Centrio t-shirt guy. Also Hammer and Mortimer. A nurse. So desensitized by cold plays. She'd rather see a patient in pain when she inserts a needle. Finally, genuine emotion. Delete it, Roach. If it ends with Chardonnay in the face, I think it's worth it. Tammy's classmate. You are a dumb hoe who has manipulated Stevenson to slander me. I hate you. You know what I wish Stevenson would make a move on me. Because I want to kiss him. He has the hard copy of the recipes. I don't think he'll ever read them. He remembers, though, her cooking, evergreen, squash soup, mixed veggies, veg meat, arroz a la cubana, the big peppers and veg meat stuff inside it, and Spanish lessons. Her final words to me were that her yaya was a thief and she didn't want to stay with her. At least she lived in that condominium. There was a photograph of her on a sunny day doing crosswords and getting visited by priests. If I didn't have student loan, I could have already bought a home, started a family. Why would you want kids? Get where I need to go. Where exactly? Is it the prom day at the HH? Flashback to 2013. I need to do something. I need to love someone. I need to know what work I love. I'm so fucking lost. I'm even thinking I'm possessed. I'm so lost. Why is it that when I think of connection, I think of that? I cannot fucking believe it. It's unbelievable to me. The main character has to be Nene. She's the realist. This is how soccer is. The cute guy always needs to be convinced. It's not a big deal, Jessica. Okay. Hookers are in frickin' brothels, chained to their beds.